Hello everyone, today I will be rating random people's cars in free mode. I will be just going around and driving and seeing what they look like and rating them. Some of these will be in Rockstar Editor because people often run away from me or try to blow me up because GTA Online, and yeah, that is what it is. Also, if you would like to be a part of the next video, I will be rating viewer submitted cars. Submit your car to me, V_Falls_V on Xbox, that is my gamer tag. Take a screenshot of your car and maybe you will be in the next video. I don't know when that video will come out. It really just depends how often people send me their cars, and if I like your car I will give it a good rating. If I don't, I will give it a bad one. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, send it to V_Falls_V on Xbox. Let's get into the video. Hopefully you enjoy. So I'm outside the casino. We got this Paragon here in the all red. It's giving me some heavy blood gang vibes, but it is what it is. It would be nice if it was clean and not beat up like this, but once again, take what you can get. Not a big fan of the tire littering. I think I'm gonna have to dock points for that, and I think this is his owner. Its owner. He's trying to punch me here. I'm just trying to look at your car. I'm not trying to. Okay, and he killed me. Okay. Moving on to the next car, we got this Hellfire here. It's okay. It's pretty. I'm not a big fan of these chameleon colors. I think they look kind of weird and kind of extra. There's a bit too much like shine and differentiating between the actual color and like the side color that it comes with is kind of hard. Not a big fan of the pearlescent it keeps on the top, which is just a gloss black. Stock wheels as well with tinted windows. This might actually be a Los Santos Car Club car, but I'm not too sure. But if it is, it's not too bad for a Rockstar made car. But yeah, pretty plain overall. I'm not a big fan of this color. Not a big fan of the stock wheels, especially on the Hellfire. They look absolutely terrible. They're way too old styled looking to be on a modern Challenger, but it is what it is. And overall, I'm gonna have to rate this 6 out of 10. Here is something you don't see too often, a Schwarzer. I've not seen one of these in a while, but the Schwarzer did get new upgrades recently as part of, I think it's when the current gen came out. They went back and they added customization to older cars. Maybe it was on previous gen, but I'm not too sure. I'm not entirely in love with the way they did it here. Once again, kind of giving me some blood vibes with the all red and the wheels. I'm not a big fan of the grille. I think the stock grille on the Schwarzer looks the best. The livery here looks pretty terrible, and the spoiler, in my opinion, looks absolutely terrible. It's just not proportionate with the actual car. Not a big fan of the tire littering. Not a big fan of the wheels. Honestly, this car is kind of bad, but it's nice to see a Schwarzer. You see so much cars. You see Zentornos all the time. You see every modern exotic car that has been released. So I'm gonna have to rate this car 6.5 out of 10. Okay, we got another one outside the casino. This is a, oh my god, I forgot the name of it. I don't know, it's electric though. I'm not a big fan of this color. Once again, chameleon colors, not my cup of tea, but it is what it is. I guess this is giving me some serious 2013 vibes with the crazy color and the $ wheels. If you were around in 2013, you know this was all the rage. If you had gold or something with $ wheels, you were balling. Everyone was jealous of you. You're probably a hacker or you bought a shark card. But this is not it anymore. That style has long gone and they need to change it. Overall, I think it's a decent car, but I'm gonna have to rate it 5.5 out of 10. Here outside of someone's arcade, we have a Stinger TT. I think it's called the Grotti Italy Stinger TT. It's the world's longest name, but here this is pretty clean. It is a shame that I can't see it while it's fully repaired. It's just kind of beat up and with some broken windows, but it is what it is. I don't know if there's tint. If there is no tint, I will give it bonus points, because with tint, with this color scheme, with these wheels, that would look really nice if there was no tint, but I can't confirm that. No custom plate, so I'll have to zonk that a little bit. I am, however, a big fan of this color. This color looks really nice. It's a very popular color in the stance scene. A lot of people who stance their cars, they make their car this color, and for a good reason. It looks really nice. I forgot, I think it's maybe Cabernet red with a silver pearlescent, because it doesn't look too shiny, but it doesn't look dull either. Very nice color, I will say. It does have HSW as well. You can see the little HSW badge here. Not a bad car overall, and you do see the Stinger TT relatively often, so I will have to rate this 7.5 out of 10. Once again, outside the casino, we have the Diveste 8. Let's check this out. Not a big fan of this livery or this color. I used to love these wheels so much. I had these wheels on every single one of my cars. Funnily enough, I forgot what they're called, but I used to have them on all my cars. Kind of grew out of them because now I think they look kind of weird. Right here, I guess they don't look too bad, but Not a big fan of the color. Also not a fan of the livery. A lot of liveries that Rockstar makes, it'll be like a two-tone. So it'll have this, and in this particular case, it has silver or like a gray and gold, but it's supposed to be black. I don't know why Rockstar makes it gray, and it looks really stupid. If this was black, it would look a lot better, but I'm not a big fan of the gray. It also has a blue pearlescent. You could tell because looking at the gray has a blue shine. They should have made it like silver or something so it didn't look that weird, and it doesn't really go together overall. Don't know if it has HSW, but it is a decent car overall. The Diveste is very fast, and I am a pretty big fan of it. I think it is crazy looking, but it definitely can be nice, so I'm gonna have to rate it 7 out of 10. This guy kept running from me, so I had to do this one in Rockstar Editor, but rest assured, this is a random person. This is not my friend or something. And here we have the OG Retro Custom, and I am digging this paint color. It is like a frost white with maybe a bright purple pearlescent. I'm not a big fan of the wheel color. I am a big fan of these wheels. These are the Endo V1s, I believe. There's like it goes up to V5, I think, but these are the V1s, I'm sure. Maybe let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I am a fan somewhat, or actually never mind. It has an exempt plate. The exempt plates, if you're not going for like a cop car look or whatever, don't put the exempt plate on. It just looks weird, and I get it looks clean, but just don't do it in my opinion. Not a big fan of the underglow, but it is what it is, I guess. Not a big fan of the fuel tank right here. I just don't really like how it looks. It looks too jank and like DIY jerry-rigged kind of looking. Also not a huge fan of the roof vent. The spoiler is all right, I guess, but overall the car is pretty decent. I'm gonna have to rate it 8 out of 10. Next up, we got a Buffalo STX, and this one is pretty wild. Not a big fan of these wheels to start off with. These look way too thin. I'm also not a fan of this livery. It looks kind of odd, and I'm just not that big of a fan of it. Also not a big fan of the underglow. Not a big fan of the spoiler, although I do know people in real life do like this type of spoiler on their Chargers. I see the spoiler all the time in real life. Everyone has this one, but not a big fan of it in GTA or in real life. I'm also not a big fan of, I am gonna have to give them a plus for the thick though, the thick license plate. That is bonus points. This car is immediately 10 out of 10. But I'm not a big fan of the tire lettering. I don't like how it's limo tinted. I think it looks kind of weird with this. Not a big fan of the front bumper. And I think this has armor paneling as well, and these are also chameleon wheels. I'm not a big fan of that. Does this have armor paneling? Maybe it does, I don't know. Also not a big fan of the roll cage I could see here. I mean, the roll cage is fine if you're going for a specific build, but this person kind of just looks like they maxed out every stat or something and they just want to go for the most expensive one. It actually does have armor paneling here. You could tell by the reflection, it like pops out a little bit. Not a big fan of the armor paneling. Not a big fan of the customization on this car or the rear louvers. Once again, I know people in real life like that. I don't. I think it looks kind of weird. If it's not on an old classic muscle car, don't put it on, but it's your money. You do what you want. My opinion, this car is overall pretty bad, but because of the thick license plate, I'm going to have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. A car you don't see too much is the Duco Death. Here, once again, this is giving me some serious 2013 vibes, although I'm pretty sure the Duco Death released in 2014. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm not a big fan of the $sign wheels. It is not 2013 anymore. Take off the $sign wheels. You are not balling. Those wheels are not even that expensive to begin with. But it's nice to see a Duco Death around. You don't really see them too much. When this car released, it was pretty good. It was honestly one of the better vehicles you could drive around in free mode, but new cars came out and they kind of outpaced the Duco Death, unfortunately. And the Duco Death never got any love. Me personally, I think this car deserves a buff. If it were to take even like 5 missiles, that would be pretty good. I'm pretty sure right now it can only take 3. And it is an overall cool looking car. I do like the wine red. I'm not a big fan of the wheels or the white walls. So I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10. This car is clean right here. This is probably the thumbnail car. If this is the thumbnail car, then there's a reason. This car is very clean. This is a Tulip. It looks like, and it has an exempt plate though. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to zonk it for that. I'm gonna have to dock off at least like 0.5 points because I'm not a big fan of that. Take that off of your car, please. But the color is pretty clean here. It looks like a Saxon blue with a blue pearlescent. I'm not too sure about the pearlescent, but definitely a dark blue. Not a big fan of these wheels or the tire lettering. I do like tire lettering on older muscle cars. I do think it looks nice, but only the one that goes on muscle wheels. I believe these are like sport wheels or something, so the tire lettering is different, and I think only the muscle car tire lettering looks good on a muscle car, of course. I'm not a big fan of that exhaust. There is an option to have it more spread out, so there's one on each end of the car. They're a little bit too close together, but overall this is a pretty clean car. I do like the no tint, I like the chrome. Overall this is very nice. I do like the hood as well. I'm gonna have to give this car a 9 out of 10. Another Buffalo STX here in another chameleon paint job. I'm not a big fan of these chameleon paints, as you already know. Doesn't have a custom plate, so points off for that. Limo tint, which is I guess it looks okay with this color. The wheels, not a huge fan of. I think we saw these wheels earlier. Yeah, I think we did. These are the ones that had the chameleon paint. Not a big fan of these wheels, although on this car they do look okay, I guess, and in this color. I would put on some different wheels if I own this car, but overall this car is pretty bare bones and simple. It is just a color with windows, with tinted windows and wheels, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad. I just don't really like this color. I don't like how it shines. I don't really like how it looks, but honestly this is a pretty decent looking car. There's no dumb mods done to it, and it does look okay, I guess, so I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. And that is it for today or tonight's video, wherever you're from. I'm not sure what time it is for you. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do different style videos, so let me know how you like this video. Maybe I'll do another one of these in the future. And do not forget, if you want to be part of the next video where I rate viewer submitted cars, make sure to submit your car, just the car in the screenshot to me. My Xbox gamer tag is V_Falls_V on Xbox. That is my gamer tag. Take a screenshot of your car, submit it to me, and maybe it'll be in the next video. Goodbye.